everyone, welcome back. We're here with another Warhammer 40k battle report. Today we're bringing you something a little bit different. We're doing a 3,300-ish point cities of death mission. Today we'll be having Chaos Johnny with his Chaos versus Alan and his Imperial Guard. Yeah, so we've already rolled. We got the mission called Isolated Resistance. And we will go ahead and take a look at the armies and then get set up and explain the weird mission rules. So let's go and look at Chaos first. So what you running, Johnny?
Okay, so I have two detachments. So Abaddon the Spoiler and Karn the Betrayer in a Forge World Kydris pod with 17 Khorne Berserkers. The champion doesn't have anything special and a Icon of Wrath, all with chain axes. For part of my second detachment, I have Typhus, 19 Plague Zombies, a smaller squad of 10 Plague Zombies. We have one Helldrake and a second Helldrake. Then we have my nice Mauler Fiend conversion, which I'll be running the Mauler Fiend for.
Okay.
And then I have my Forge Fiend with the Hades autocannons and the extra plasma cannon in the head. In the Dreadclaw pod is a squad of 8 Chosen and a Sorcerer in Terminator armor. All Mark and Nurgle. The champion has Shred and the Sorcerer has +1 weapon skill. Nothing super fancy on anything, other than the Sorcerer has his Force Weapon, Combi Melta, and the Last Memory of Euthanos, which is the expandable Pyromancy Nova, which has always been fun for me. Then I got a squad of 10 Plague Marines, the champion with a Pyro Weapon, and he didn't have anything, I think it was +1 ballistic skill. 2 Melta Guns, and then that's really it for them. And then I have my Defiler with the Warflame Gargoyles, and that's it. So that's it for 3,500, well 33 something points of Chaos.
Alright. Over here on the Astra Militarum side.
Alright, I'm running Knight Commander Pask and a Vanquisher Cannon. I have a generic company command squad and a Chimera. 3 veteran squads in Chimeras. One is already deployed on the board. One has 3 flamers, one has 3 grenade launchers, one has a Melta Plasma Sniper. Pask is escorted by another Vanquisher and an Executioner autocannon. No, autocannon. And then for another heavy support choice, 1 Demolisher escorted by 2 Executioner Plasma Cannons. I'm running a Hellhound with a heavy flamer, 2 Sentinels with las cannons and hunter killer missiles, a Vendetta gunship with its 3 sets of twin-link las cannons, an Avenger Strike Fighter with twin-link las cannons, Vulcan Mega Bolter, and missile pods.
Avenger.
Yeah. Avenger Mega Bolter, whatever. And yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
All right. So here, take a look at the table real quick. For Cities of Death, you need 6 buildings. I only had 5 today, so we're counting the ruins here as one of them. We have the building set up here. Cities of Death will be rolling different objectives for either capturing, taking back, or holding different buildings. At the start of this mission, you have to have 1 troop choice on the field. So Alan's chosen to have 1 troop choice here, and I think Johnny, you're running a Plague Zombies somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't placed them just yet.
Okay.
So
this mission does not have normal deployment zones. You can literally deploy at any one of the buildings within 3 inches of an objective, and then as reserves come on, you roll to see which quadrant they'll be coming in on. So it's kind of an interesting setup. We'll have to see how it goes. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and roll to see who does first turn.
Yep.
Looks like, well, do you want to go first or second?
I will go second.
Alright, so we'll be back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 1.
Then they would have deep strike without that.
Alright, here's a look at the table as it's set up right now. One squad inside of the Decade Transport is here by number 5.
That's 4.
1 is here by 4. We got Plague Marines over here on number 2. We got Typhus and a big zombie squad on objective number 1. And we have 1 more Imperial Guard troop there on objective 6. Alright, so let's look at the boards real quick, and we will be back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 1. Alright, we're back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 1. Tank moved up, that one over there did not move. Alan rolled the objectives of 1 to kill a Psyker. The next objective he rolled was to shoot down a flyer. And the third one was Monstrous Creature or Vehicle. So, the only option for getting points this turn would be to try to kill Typhus. It wasn't probably going to happen, but at least he tried. He fired over to here. He was able to kill 2 cultists.
2 lonely cultists.
Over here, he fired at the Plague Marines. Nothing happened. So that's the end of Imperial Guard turn 1. Do you wish to discard one of your cards?
I'm going to discard the Vehicle Monster Creature.
Alright.
I'm going to keep the Flyer and the Psyker.
Alright, so we'll be back at the end of Chaos turn 1. Alright, we're back at the end of Chaos Space Marine turn 1. Very beginning, his big pod dropped in. Movement phase, the Plague Zombies moved back so Typhus could attempt to charge in. And over here the Plague Marines moved up a little bit. The objectives he rolled was to control objective 1 at the end of 2 consecutive turns.
And he also objective 1.
And then he had a separate one to control objective 1. So this is actually worth a lot of points right now to him.
And then I needed to get that objective.
And you get objective number 5.
But I failed my charge to capture it.
Yeah. So during the shooting phase, he shot at
and destroyed this Chimera.
He shot and killed the Chimera. Assault phase, they assaulted in and took out the squad. And then they consolidated into here.
The squad did no wounds on them.
In the shooting phase over here, the pod shot, but because of cover save, this is fine. And then Typhus during the assault phase attempted to assault in, failed his charge by 1 inch.
And the fire bells inflicted a wound on him.
Yep, and the fire bells were able to pull off a wound, which is quite impressive.
My champion during the assault there got Cosmic Fate. Now he rerolls failed armor saves.
Very cool. Alright, so at the end of turn 1, you got 1 point for holding objective 1.
1 point for first blood. And
1 point for first blood. So as of right now, at the end of turn 1, it is Chaos Space Marines 2, Imperial Guard 1. So we'll be back. So let's go ahead and roll for your reserves coming in.
Alright, Pask's group.
Okay.
Yep.
Coming in.
Hellhound.
Coming in.
2nd Lehman Russ Detachment.
Coming in.
HQ, Command Squad.
Coming in.
Armored Sentinels.
Coming in.
Vendetta Gunship.
Coming in.
And Vulture Fighter.
Not coming in. So
everything but the Vulture.
So the Avenger.
The Avenger. Everything but the Avenger is coming in.
Alright, so we'll be back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 2. Alright, we're back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 2. At the beginning of the turn, most of his army came in. Movement phase, actually most of it didn't move actually. His Hellhound moved up a little bit. Pask's unit came up a little bit. The Flyer had to move up a little bit. This Chimera tilted a little bit. Shooting phase, he put a lot of shots into the Plague Zombies here.
Had a lot of bad scatter die rolls.
Yeah. I wiped out a lot of those. Over here, the Torrent Weapon killed all but the one little guy hiding back in the corner. And he put a lot of shots from the crew inside here at Typhus, wasn't able to wound them. He was able to pop the drop pod with fire between the bird and Pask. And I think that's all that happened in the shooting phase.
Popped a lot of shots into there and nothing happened.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, he fired 1 missile from his Manticore into here, but it went way off, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, no assaults because he's guard. And yeah, that's it. So then in turn, he was not able to get any more points because he still has kill a Psyker, kill a Flyer, and he had one for grabbing this objective, and he got D3 if he would clear a thing off of it. So as of right now, he's not going to discard any cards, but he got no points. So we'll be going into Chaos Space Marines turn 2 with the score still 2-0. You want to roll for your reserves?
Yeah, so we'll do the Red and Blackbird.
Okay.
Does not come in. The Nurglebird will come in.
Okay.
The Defiler will come in. The Mauler Fiend will not. God damn it. The Forge Fiend will come in. Let's see what else I got. The Claw.
Oh, yep. Airdrop pod
will come in as well. So everything but my Mauler Fiend and Red and Blackbird.
All right. Well, we'll be back at the end of Chaos Space Marines turn 2. All right. Quick update. We just realized the pod here was actually a Flyer. Even though it's in skimmer mode, it still counts as a Flyer. So Imperial Guard do get 1 point for killing a Flyer in his face. So that'll bring the score actually to 2-1. So 2 for Chaos Space Marines, 1 for Imperial Guard. we're back at the end of Chaos Space Marines turn 2. Let's see what all came on the board at this time. Over here, Defi walked onto the board. The Helldrake flew in and vector struck the Manticore. Did it take a point off, or?
Yeah, it's shaken.
Okay, shaken. Alrighty. Let's see what's going on. Where else? Over here, the
Forge Fiend
marched on this side. This pod dropped here. And I think that's all that came in this turn, right? Yeah, so you have one more. You have the Mauler Fiend to come in still?
Mauler Fiend, another bird.
Another bird, okay. During the Psychic phase, did anything go off?
Force.
Yeah, Force on Typhus.
I could not get it gets hot, so...
Oh yeah, you try to catch Weapon Virus on something here.
On that squad.
On the whole squadron?
I denied it.
Okay. Then Shooting phase.
Alright, so the Defiler shot his pie plate down here, and did not wound. The Forge Fiend shot into the tail end of this, blew this up, put a hull point on this, so this is shaken. Let's see, the Plague Marines over there shot their multi-guns and did not get to blow up the
Chimera, but you popped it.
Yeah, because, well, you got 2 mobilized results.
Okay.
To kill it.
And the guys jumped out over there on the other side of the ruins.
Mm-hmm. Yep, right next to Defi. The Helldrake didn't do anything with his Bell Flamer. Abaddon and Karn and his squad of Berserkers piled out, shot at the tank, didn't do anything, and assaulted in and popped it and captured the objective that I needed.
Alright. So at the end of the phase, he had to capture an objective that was close to the table edge. He's got this one for, was it D3 points?
D3.
I think it was D3.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your D3 real quick. 1. Alright. Then you also had...
I also had to capture that objective.
Oh, yeah.
For another one.
So that's 2.
And then I had to hold this for 2 consecutive turns, which I am currently doing.
Yep, so you get 2 more points for that, so 4 points this turn. Alright, so at the end of turn 2, that brings Chaos Space Marines up to 6 points, and Imperial Guard to 1. Alright, so go ahead and roll for your other reserve real quick. This will be for the Avenger Strike Fighter. Yep. It's coming in. Alright, we'll be back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 3. Alright, we're back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 3. At the start of the turn, the Avenger Strike Fighter flies in. His bird flies over in this direction. The tanks shuffle over here. The Hellhound moves up a little bit, and the tanks shuffle over there. During the shooting phase, he is able to gun down Defi from las cannons, and what else helped?
100 killing las cannons on
from
there.
here. Okay. He put a lot of shots into the Forge Fiend, but was not able to wound it.
Snapshots.
Yeah, because he was snapshotting from being shaken. Over here, the Avenger Strike Fighter was able to finish off the Plague Marines, or the Plague Zombies that were here. Over here, the Hellhound drove up, flamed, and killed that one last Plague Zombie in there, which is one of his objectives. For 3.
3 victory points.
Alright, no assaults. So at the end of the phase, he got D3 points for this objective, which he rolled 3 for and got 3. That's the only objective he has, because right now his other 2 objectives are to slay the Warlord, which is, oh no, which is Abaddon, who's in this mess somewhere. Where's he at? There he is. Or to kill a Psyker. Do you want to discard one of those cards, or you can keep them?
No, I'm going to keep them.
Alright, so at the end of turn 3,
actually, I'm going to discard Warlord.
You're going to slay Warlord? Okay, so at the end of turn 3, it's 6 points for Chaos, 4 points for Imperial Guard. Alright, do you want to go ahead and roll for your other 2 reserves?
Yeah, the Mauler Fiend.
Is coming in.
And the bird.
Is coming in.
Bird comes in. 4.
End of Chaos Space Marines turn 3. Alright, we're back at the end of Chaos Space Marines turn 3. At the beginning of the turn, as the reserves came in, this bird came flying in and did a Vector Strike, and his Mauler Fiend walked in. Like I said, during a Vector Strike, he Vector Struck the Avenger, was able to blow it up. And then this bird that flew this way Vector Struck the Vendetta and was able to take it down as well. During the shooting phase, let's see.
There's a tank back here.
Yep.
With melted guns.
He's able to pop the tank here, and everyone jumped out.
And then he couldn't do anything via shooting because the AV is too high.
Okay.
Shot one of the back walkers, blew it up, and then the front walker here.
Was wrecked in combat.
Was wrecked in combat, but took a wound from a melted gun. That's it for shooting phase. Assault phase.
Typhus.
Typhus moved up, pinned the first tank, blew it up, and then put 3 glances on this tank. So that squad's gone. Failed to charge with the chosen Marines over here.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. So I got 1 unit, 2 units, 3, 4, 5 units. So close to that 6 unit.
All right, so you killed 5 for one objective, and you got your vector strike off and killed 1 for your next point. So let me check on your points real quick. All right, Chaos scored 3 points this turn. 1 for killing a unit with something that came in from reserves this turn, which his bird was able to deep strike or vector strike that one. He got D3 points for killing 5 units that are out in the open. He rolled and he got a 1, so I got a point there. And then he also got a point for killing a fast attack, which would have been the Vendetta. So at this point, at the end of turn 3, it's Chaos 9.
Imperial Guard 4.
Imperial Guard 4. So we'll be back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 4. Alright, we're back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 4. Movement phase, not a lot moved. This tank's over here. Backed up so they can get some firing shots. And that's all that really happened.
He killed 2 Khorne Berserkers.
During the shooting phase, he fired his missiles from the Mana Core. Was it all of them?
All his last 3 missiles only killed 2 Berserkers.
Into here, but killed 2 Berserkers, and that's it. Over here, he was able to put shots into the Mauler Fiend.
And
immobilized it. And then he ran the squad that was on the other side of these ruins, behind the ruins, to capture Objective 2. So at the end of the turn, he got 1 point for capturing Objective 2. He also had the objective that you had to control the highest building, or you got D3 if you controlled the 2 highest buildings. So go ahead and roll your D3. So 1. So you got 2 points this turn.
6 points.
So at the end of Imperial Guard turn 4, that brings the score up to 6 to 9 for Chaos Space Marines. And we'll be going into Chaos Space Marines turn 4.
One color and put camo on.
All right, we're back at the end of Chaos Space Marines turn 4. Movement phase. He dropped his bird down into hover mode over here. His Dreadclaw flew over that way. Over here, bird vector struck over the Hellhound to get in position over there. Shooting phase. They're able to pop one of the tanks with melt-a-gun shots. And over here, the bird uses flamethrower to kill the guys who were in the ruins there. During the assaults, he was able to kill Pass for Warlord. And that's about it. Oh, and then these Marines pulled on to Objective 4. So this turn, Chaos got 1 point for getting on Objective 4, 1 point for Warlord, and that's it.
Yeah, because I couldn't capture that objective over there.
Yep. But at this point, the Imperial Guard player is going to get a concede because that brings the score up to 10, 11 to 6.
And I've only got a Hellhound on the table.
Yep. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a fun game. It's the first time we ever played a Cities of Death mission. I can definitely tell it was a lot different for the Imperial Guard because they could not support any of their vehicles. So we'll be back again very soon with another Warhammer 40k Battle Report. Thanks, guys.